Well, hello and welcome to Project Slipstream and something a little bit different today. This is Cities Skylines. It's a bit like SimCity if you've ever played the game. Those not familiar with it, it's a city builder. And we're going to build ourselves a nice little town. Town of Rockdale, apparently. We do have a few mods on. I've played this a little bit, but the first time I've ever played it with the expansions. We've got the campus expansion, the university expansion at the moment. We're going to have lots of these tutorials pop up as a result as we work our way through the map and the game. So we're starting off, we've got $70,000 and we need to make a city. So let's get started and start building some roads, shall we? We've got plenty here to choose from. We've got all the official download updates and packs and stuff that you can pick. Not many roads to choose from to start with though. So let's just grab a 2-lane road and let's build in here to begin with. This looks like a nice flat section of land. It's got good access to the highway as well. So let's zoom in here and get building with some roads so that we can start making our town. Okay, so we've started building our town and already we've got a few people moving in. We're losing a little bit of money at the moment, but that's okay. The properties are still under construction. We've created a little bit of a residential area and a little bit of industrial as well. Let's just get a little bit more residential. You can see we've got a lot of demand at the moment. So I'll just fill that out. I wouldn't normally build right up close like this, but we're just getting started out. This will, at some point in the future, be demolished, I'm sure, and replaced with something a little bit more sophisticated. But this is just to get us going. Let's speed it up a little bit as well here. And get ourselves, hopefully, out of the red nice and quickly. Let's perhaps extend this out just a little bit. How big have we gone here? 1,200. Okay, let's do the same thing this way. There it is, 1,200. 1,200 and one through the middle. Design some more industrial in there as well. Whoop. So there. These guys at the top here are complaining about a lack of water. Yeah. Okay, so let's go and fix that as well. Just overlap just a little bit. Try and minimize the number of pipes that we use. Look, distance is too short. Let's try that again, shall we? So that should sort out their water needs. As you can see, some industry already coming into the area as well, which is great. Some commercial as well. Let's just get rid of this little bit of residential there. Let's put some commercial in just there, shall we? And see what happens. A lot more industrial as well, so let's give the people what they want. Just stay away from this little corner here. I don't want to bank traffic up too much. I know I'm going to change this at some point in the future, but let's not let's not make our lives too hard for ourselves in future. So that's good. There's still plenty of commercial demand rather. So let's fill out this little area and see what happens. a little bit of residential demand as well, so let's just build that out there. What we're going to try and do is just get ourselves earning some money in the early stages here. Lots and lots of demand. We've got good electricity, good water, good sewage at the moment. The sewage pipe we've put over here. The water is flowing to the left of the screen, so that's being washed out into the ocean. We're in the middle of this island here, so perhaps in future we'll look to expand over here, or perhaps even over onto the mainland. I'd like the idea of going over here because you've got the highway connection we can build into. What I am going to be mindful of is this highway here, and just leaving a little bit of a corridor so that we can build a bridge over here down the line, and same here. See if we can build that out this way somewhere. So just be mindful of those, but let's have a look here. That all looks to be growing quite nicely at this point. There we go, little hamlet, lovely. We've unlocked the landfill, elementary school, and medical clinic. Landfill is probably something we're going to have to get on reasonably swiftly. Let's try and put that a little way away from our town. But it is something that's absolutely going to be needed. It's quite a big old building, is the landfill as well. Let's, where's the roads here? Let's get rid of that. We don't need to read that. I know all about all that. That's fine. Alright, let's have a look. Where's that landfill going? There it is. I'll put that one there. Now it's going to need some power and power and water rather. So let's build some power grass into there. Beautiful. And water. It's just outside of where we laid our pipes before. Just about there is perfect, I think. And up to there, beautiful, and that one, lovely. Nothing like some nice, neat pipes. I know there's a couple of people out there, Biffer in particular, I do watch his stuff, and he's got a massive array of pipes. They're all over the shop. I'm a bit of a neat freak. I like my stuff to be organised. So this is good. We're making a little bit of money already. Our power is okay, but only just okay. We might even need to put another wind turbine on. We've just got that one at the moment. Our water is good, and our sewage is good. So let's have a look at our budget here. If our water is good, we can perhaps drop that budget down a little bit and make ourselves a bit more money. Drop that down, and sewage treatment is also good, so we can drop that down. We're still have plenty of water, so let's drop it down even further, shall we? Save ourselves a few pennies. Not spend it if we don't have to. So the intent with this one is to build the population up. Let's get some schools in as well, because education is critical. Ultimately, we're going to be going for the universities and things. Let's put the, where are we going to put the school here? Let's try and put it somewhere nice and central. Got to be careful here because I don't envisage this being permanent. So perhaps even there it's going to destroy a house. That's okay. All right. Well, if we're going to destroy a house, let's put it nice in the middle. Right about there. Great. Right, so we've got a school. Spending a bit of money. We've still got a bit in the bank, but we're still earning money as well, which is good news. So I've got this. Citizens going to school. Got some healthcare as well. We can put a clinic in. Let's make that nice and central as well. Get the most out of that one. Boom. There we go. All right. We're actually tracking along pretty well here. We've got 350 people in our little town. Got some industry here. We've got a huge residential demand, as as well. We've got some... He's not getting power right down the bottom end here, and that's because, if you look here, we are just about out of power. So let's put another little wind turbine in. I like to use these to start with. It's not hugely efficient there, is it? Let's... so it's going to produce 4. It's about as good as it's going to get, isn't it? It's as good as it's going to get. 8 megawatts is all we're going to get. That's okay. That'll do. 7, 8 megawatts. There we go. Right. So that'll just get us over the next little hump. Ultimately, it will be a case of we'll replace those. But let's do something with this residential demand, shall we? Make some more money for ourselves. Oh, terribly sorry, rocks. 1 through the middle. And residential demand. Oops. There we go. There we go. Alright, these properties would be right, would they? Nice. Water views. Be lovely. Bit of a hill, but that'd be alright. That would be alright. Already, people starting to move in, which is great. Well, I forgot to extend the water pipes out, so these guys are doing it tough without a shower in the mornings and all sorts of stuff. So let's just run those pipes up here. We'll join them up at the end as well. Run these ones up. While we're at it, we don't need them, but we will at some point in the future. Join them all up. Lovely water system happening underneath, and that should hopefully stimulate the growth just here. These guys building their beachside houses. Lovely jobbies. Okay, so we are running out of water. Let's go and fix our budget up here. Put a little bit more money into that just to keep us on par. There we go, worthy village already. So we've got a few policies, fire police and unique buildings. With some forestry and agriculture in, some new power, waters, yeah. So that's all looking pretty good. We've got some temples and all sorts of stuff that we're able. And the next milestone is at 950. We get a football stadium. Do love a bit of football, but that's probably a little bit out of our price range just for the moment. Let's continue to build this city out. Let's just expand over here a little bit. And I'll tell you why, because this will be a handy little industrial area. It's away from the main town, which is good, but not too far away either, so people can commute nice and easily to and from. Got a little bit of industrial demand, so just looking to meet that. They do have water, so that's perfect. Power will be coming across from there. We do have plenty of power and water and sewage, so we're doing okay at the moment. We're making money as well, which is good. The population up to 644 already. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing. Our little town, not looking too bad. It's awfully bright, isn't it? Very bright. See, there are plenty of mods that we can get to put this lovely hue on the cameras. Perhaps look at that for the next one. But it's a bright sunny day here in Rockdale. Pretty soon we'll be able to change the name of that, I'm sure, as well. Industry is building. Residential is building. Got a couple of empty spots out here. Let's just fill in some of these gaps as well, shall we? There we go. And across there as well. Just trying to meet that demand. There's also just a little bit of a need for commercial. So let's go commercial through here and make this sort of a high street type setup. Again, I don't envisage that this will stay this way, but for the moment, this is the way it's going to roll out. Still lots of demand for residential, which is great. Means if we need to, we can probably fleece them for some more money. We're about to run out of electricity, so let's go and plop another one of these in. 8 megawatts there, lovely. We'll soon have a look. What do these actually cost to run? So these are $80 for 10 minutes. So we've got 3 of those. What's that? 160, 240 for 10 minutes. One of these is 560. So I'll keep going with these for the moment. How much power does that actually put out? 40 megawatts. These are putting out 8. So these are effectively $10 per megawatt. That's a little bit more. So these are actually more efficient. If you can get the right spot for them, the wind turbines are actually more efficient. Our citizens are concerned about crime. Okay, let's put a little police department in here. Yeah, looks good, doesn't it? Get good coverage there. Plop. There we go. Beautiful. So that's good. That should keep our residents very, very happy. Happy residents means they level up. And leveling up residents is also a good thing. It's amazing how quickly our residential area is filling up at the moment. So I'm just a little bit concerned about, not concerned, but wary, concerned is probably the wrong word, but wary of building through here. Ultimately, I want to try and save that for a residential zone, not a residential zone, the freeway to go through. Let's just build out here. Just build straight across, just like that. And just like that. And then we can start to build a few more residential zones. Might have to extend our water as well out here. Let's just check all of that. Our water availability is okay. I have to put another 40 for 10. And what are these worth? Oh, these are a no-brainer really, aren't they? Yeah, the same price. That produces 60,000 cubic meters in 10 minutes. That produces... Oh, tiny town. Lovely. So some park areas, policies, smoking bans, all sorts of new policies we're picking up as well. As long as new paths and all sorts of cool stuff that we can play with. Also canals. And there's some neat tricks that you can do with these for water. Some fences, some parks. We've got park life enabled, so that's good news. And the football stadium, we've also got that. What's our next one? Let's go milestones. Our next one is Boomtown at 1700. So back here, so that's double the water for the same price. That's a bit of a no-brainer really, isn't it? The trick here is, though, that we want to put it somewhere that we're going to get water without actually making our... What's the words I'm looking for? Without making too much noise and upsetting our residents. Now we just have to be a little bit careful because it's quite shallow there, just to make sure that it doesn't change the flow of the water and that it is still sucking up that good stuff. Electricity, we're just about in need of another wind turbine. Producing 24 megawatts, we're using 20. So let's plop another one of these in there. What have we got going on here? So that's the... Yep, that's okay. We've got that turned off. We know about that. That's deliberate. That's good. Okay, so I've got plenty of power, plenty of water, and plenty of sewage for the moment, and still huge amounts of residential demand. Taking in some good money as well, so it's probably about time that we put a fire station in. Let's plop that in somewhere it can get to everything nice and easily. I think that looks good. That's good. So I've now got fire, police, a medical clinic, and a little school as well. So we're not doing too badly. Population of coming up to 1,000 as well. So let's have a look at what we can do here in terms of areas. Now we can create park areas, create industry areas, and later on we'll also be able to paint a campus area for a university. We're not at that stage just yet, but let's see what we can do with a park, shall we? Let's find a good spot. This one up here, up the top here, looks good, doesn't it, on the peninsula? I wonder if we do a little bit of that. That looks like a good park, I think. Birch City Park. Not sure about that name. Let me know. What do you reckon we should call that? Throw me a suggestion in the comments and we'll pick the best one of those. But that looks good to me. I'm quite happy with that. We'll come back and worry about that a little bit later on. It's not one that ultimately we need to deal with just now, but we'll put a gate on that and we'll make some money out of that in future. One thing that is also worth doing is just painting in some districts. What have we got in terms of resources out there? Fertile land. No, nothing. Well, nothing. Nothing. So it looks as though we've got nothing of really any value in terms of the land. Although this looks like it's normally this yellow stuff is fertile land for farming, isn't it? So I wonder if we can do something with that. Let's just mark these, shall we? Well, let's make the area first. There we go, that's what I was looking for. I reckon that can be farmland. Okay. So I've got Grove Heights and Birch City Park. Let's throw a suburban or two in here. I like to be organised with all this stuff. Means down the track, when it comes to applying policies and things, it's a little bit easier. I'll throw one suburb there and then one suburb on the other side of where this road's going to go. There we go, like that. We're just going to close this up to about there. And then whose side of the road are you going to fall into? Somewhere like that, I think. Alright, that'll do. There we go. Okay, so I've got Thornton Park and Victoria Hills. Alright, cool. The traffic at the moment, yeah, predictably heavy where you would expect it to be, which is as this comes into the city. But water, that's doing okay. Power, we're still okay. We're still bringing in lots of money, which is also quite good. Still got heaps of residential demand. Let's go and fill some of that, shall we? It's amazing the amount of residential demand we're getting. We'll just go and pull that up. I'm not going to build in here. I know I've built here, but I won't be building here. Again, at some point that road I think is going to come through and destroy all these houses anyway. But yeah, we'll do that for now. Okay, so I've just put in this little roundabout here, the little road that was sitting just here, and put in this roundabout. It's just about in the middle there. I've used the roundabout builder to do that. It's a mod available in the Steam Workshop, so do grab that one. And I'm just going to use this traffic manager to set the roundabout up. Now what I want to do is go through and just make sure that people who are on the roundabout have priority, which is this yellow square thing here, which is cool. Don't need to do that one because that's people going off the roundabout. Then the other thing you want to do is just check this stuff. You want 2 lanes to go on and 1 going off, 2 going on, 1 going off. I sound like Biffa. 2 going on and 1 going off. Cool. So that should help traffic along a little bit. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's not too bad. We've run out of power while I've been doing that. Yeah, okay. Let's build another turbine. We're sort of getting to the point where we're almost probably going to have to get a coal power plant. 8 megawatts up there. There we go. Okay. So that will come through shortly. That's not bad. That's not bad. Still huge residential demand, which is great. We're making lots of money as well. Getting close to the next milestone, which is 1,700 people, just 50 odd population away. A couple of constructions going on here as well, so you'd think we're going to be there any moment now. Those little chimes you're hearing as properties are leveling up. We can get rid of that water now. Yep, we don't need that anymore. No point paying for something we're not using. Not that we're paying. I had turned off, but we don't need that anymore either. Wow, we're only just staying on top of the power here, even with all these wind turbines. Maybe we'll put another one in there. Other options do we have? Nothing just yet. Coal power plant might be the way to go. We'll plop it over here somewhere out of the way. Oh, there we go, Boomtown. So we can buy another area. We get post and tours, buses, walking tours, ferries, recycling, which is always handy. Some new roads, roundabouts, and those sorts of things as well. A lot more roads, 6 highways. Ferries, advanced wind turbine. Now that's interesting. We'll have a look at that because we are just in the need for some more power. Now these go in the water and they can get up to 20 megawatts depending where you put them. Pick up 18 there. Won't quite let me put it out. 18 is not bad there. 18, 19, 20 megawatts out here. That's good, isn't it? That's going to be much better than... Let's put one just up here for the moment. It's only producing 18 megawatts, but at least we don't have to do anything in terms of power. That'll just get us over this little hump. And then we can come back and address that a little bit more. One thing I might just do though is build a little bridge across here. Reason being, I want people to be able to get from one side to the other without having to worry about there we go. Without having to worry about it too much. We want to be able to create the access from right to left as we're looking at it. Want that as easy as we can. Otherwise we're forcing everyone to go down through this roundabout to get across. This way, if you're already in town, you can just shoot across this industrial zone. It's got a direct access out into the highway, so that should be nice and quick for them. Really, it should only be almost residential traffic heading in there. And this way, anything that needs to come over from the industrial zone to the commercial and residential can do so there. So that's good. Still more residential. They're insatiable, aren't they? Let's, alright. Let's, boom. Job done. Do we have water there? We do, that's good. And everyone should have power. We've got plenty of that at the moment. So, yeah, that's looking pretty good. How are we going for the next area? Next area along is Busy Town. Or we can do some more city planning. We get some more roads, some walkways as well. And there's something that we should probably put in as well. One thing with this roundabout here, I've used 3-lane highway, which means the cars don't park on it. It's got a good high speed limit, but it also means that if you're over here and you want to walk over here, you can't. So we just need to put a path in over the top for people to be able to get around. That would be the smart thing to do, wouldn't it? Also, I'm going to just remove the zone. That's not the one I want. That's the one I want. Remove the zoning from there, and then these buildings will eventually disappear. What we can do as well, I think, is build out that residential area. What I think I'll do in time is move this industrial area over here. But we'll worry about that in a little bit. Another thing I've just done is swap these 3-lane roads over so that they're now highways all the way through. It just makes life a little bit easier. Probably don't need them to be 3-lane highways, because we've only got 2 lanes coming in, and admittedly we've got 3 lanes going out, but they're going into a 2-lane split here. So I think we can probably downgrade those to 2-lane highways, and I think that's probably the smarter thing to do. Why overcomplicate it if we don't need to? There we go. That looks better. We're just going to have to come back and address this one because we've used the movement mod. It's not too happy, so let's just pause this one, hit delete, and put this road back in. So we're going to do that, and then we'll use the movement mod just to curve this one back that way a little bit. That looks better. Beauty. Looking good. Pretty happy with that. I'll put these roads through the middle here just to brace the roundabout. If you don't use the nodes, which I've not snapped to here, it tends to deform the thing if you don't put the bracing in. So I'll put that in, just trying to have the roundabout hold its shape as much as anything else, or more than anything else. That's exactly why I've done it. But that looks pretty good. It now gets the cars right into the middle of the city. Most of them heading over onto Wright Street over here. And into the Victoria Hills district. Still heaps of residential demand, which is great to see. Cool. Got a fire. That's why we had a fire department on the job nice and quickly. That's another reason why I've got these roads here, as much as anything, again, just to give traffic a way around. Let's perhaps even build another road through here. Might even have to go underneath. effectively what I'm trying to do is create a way for these guys to get over here without having to go all the way up and down. The easier we can make that, the better. But because this is already elevated, getting the new road in there is not the easiest thing in the world. So I might just take that as a bridge too far for the moment. Let's have a look at all our vitals. Everyone's fairly happy. We've got good healthcare. We don't have any. We don't need them yet either, do we? Cemeteries and things. It's not asking for them. Trash collection. I feel we should probably do something with our trash to try and sort that out a little bit. What have we got here? Just warehouses. Yeah, we don't have an incineration plant just yet. Not that we really want one either. Want something that can look after our trash in a nice, clean way. So we'll come back and worry about that another time. For now, the money is coming in wonderfully well. Happy with how this is growing at this stage. We come out this way a little bit. Of course, we've got the farming area here. We even do a little bit of forestry out here, couldn't we? Let's have a look. Look at our natural resources. So I've got a little bit of farmland there. I've got some forestry in here. So let's perhaps make a forestry zone in here. Don't need to make it too big, I don't think. I think that's plenty. And let's make that forestry. So Heather District. Okay. Now, I must admit, I've played vanilla Cities Skylines quite a lot. I've never actually played with many of these mods. So this is something a little bit new for me here. So what's this? Warehouse, a fenced yard for storing goods and products. Warehouse has 3 different operating modes: fill, empty, and ballast. On balance, the warehouse will operate based on current demand. Okay. Alright, so let's, in the first instance, let's create some forest track. Where was I? Just here? No, that's not the one. That's not the one. That one. That's what I want. That's a farm fence. What do we do with roads and things? No, still just farm fences. Okay. Got some cool roads here as well. Do have the mass transit DLC. So there should be some roads that have got tram tracks and things in them. Don't think we've got to them just yet, but that's going to be fun when we do get there. We're almost in need of more water and sewerage as well. I'm just going to put this industrial area in there and just see what happens, shall we? Oh, look. And they're already building. That's good. There is industrial demand, as there is always residential demand. Now, before our water gets out of control, let's go and plop another one of these in. We'll go straight alongside of what we've already got. Sewerage is also going to be a problem shortly, so let's go and drop another one of those where we can. There we go. There it is. Yeah. Just drop that there. Link that up. All right. So now we're going to be sending all our waste out through these two. We've got plenty of waste, so which is good. We won't have to worry about that for a little while. We're going to have to put some water pipes out here. Haven't had to do that. How far is that? We're going 440. Whoop. So there we go. 440 and all the way up the end because we may as well. There. Cool. Alright, so that's their water concerns solved as well. In terms of power, I have to come back and address that. How's the industry? This is kind of cool. This is all new to me. That's great. I love a bit of that. That's cool. Alright, well, if we've done that up there, we've got the farming zone here, don't we? So let's do a bit of that. Let's see what happens if we do that. Where are we? Yeah, that's all in the farming zone, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. The good thing is we're still hearing those chimes all the way. Which means we're having lots of buildings upgrade. That's cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. It's a happy little town, isn't it? Alright then, that's, I reckon we might leave it off there. That's the first little step in the life of our new city, Rockdale. We've founded the place, built in lots of residential, seen it grow to the brink of becoming a big town. It's a busy town at the moment, and growing. We've got plenty of residential, plenty of commercial, industrial. We've just put some forestry and farming in as well. Got a good connection out onto the highway and a sneaky little one over here for industry as well. We're doing well in terms of healthcare, not too bad in terms of fire. Police looks as though it's all over the show. It's running things in this town. Education is actually not too great. We need another school in here and probably a high school as well. How many have we got? Yeah. So let's plop in one more high school before we run away. Let's drop that over there. That's great. And we've got a high school here as well, don't we? These are expensive, but these are handy to have. Where are we going to put that one? Where are we going to put that? I think there. These handle about 1,000 students, don't they? Yeah, we've got 430 something eligible at the moment, and I think we'll pop it just there. So there we go. We've got our schooling needs met. Our police is doing a good job. Our fire isn't too bad. Our healthcare is doing pretty well. The death care is okay as well, mostly because no one's died yet, it seems. But there it is. Our little town, Rockdale. Picture postcard. It's a lovely little town. Nice commercial district. And that is a great way to start things off here. The money's coming in. The population is growing. We're doing everything we need to in the early stages here. If you like what you saw, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment below So where you think we should go with Rockdale. Love to hear your thoughts on what you think might work, what you'd like to see. If you liked what you saw, do hit that subscribe button as well so you get all the latest episodes that we drop. Hit the bell icon and you get notification of when they happen as well, because it's not just Cities Skylines with all the extra expansions that we've got, but Pro Cycling Manager 2019. I'm a big fan of cycling, so maybe we'll put some cycle paths into Rockdale. Who knows where the future will take us. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, take care.